to do?
Thank you.
Well, no, I mean, it was like obvious Monday night. But do you have to, what if anything do you have to do to make sure they don't start their All-Star break a few hours early today?
Well, we just got to come out and play. We've sold this game as a very hard game for a couple of reasons. Number one, Miami is a very good team, and they always play hard. And one of the stats that stands out is I think they're fourth in offensive rebound percentage, so they go after everything. And those are flat out hard play effort stats. And so, and they got guys that, are having big time years. Richardson's having a monster year. And Winslow is emerging and raising his game, and they got a bunch of guys that go hard.
Rick, you've obviously had some big battles against Miami on the NBA's largest stage. What's your impression of Dwyane Wade and what he has meant to the game?
He's an all-time great player. Really flat out, multiple champion. And great ambassador of the game, and there's just so many things. And if this is his last year, which I'm hearing it is, he's still putting up really good numbers, for a guy that's, calling it a career. So you look at their end of game stuff, and he's got the ball the majority of the time still, which is a great nod of respect to him and what he can still do.
Do you get a sense of the reaction he's going to get from the Dallas fans here?
I expect it to be very positive.
Rick, this is turning back the clock to Monday a little bit, but was curious to your reaction whenever you looked at the stat sheet and saw that Houston took 63s. If you had any
That's all.
reaction. That's
Yeah, they take a lot. I mean, and they have a unique ability to do it. But they would like to take more.
Is there anything that schematically that can be done? When a team's determined to take a bunch of threes, is there anything that you can do to take that away? Or if they're determined to do it, it's going to happen?
Well, there are things you can do to try to limit it. But Harden's such a unique player with his ability to just isolate and create an open look and isolate. And he hit 3 in a row at the end, to get up over 30 points on somebody, right in somebody's grill, And so, when you got a player like that, you've got a unique weapon for sure. But, everybody's trying to limit good looks at threes. Everybody's trying to take away layups. It's a hard job.
Will,
Go ahead, John.
What surprised you most with Doncic and his skill set? Does anything in particular jump out when you have seen him over the course of the sample size of the season so far?
I guess the thing for me that I didn't see in the films of him were his size, strength, and quickness for a kid of that age. He really is strong. He's just uniquely strong for a 19-year-old. But he is deceptive speed and quickness and strength, and he's got a lot of experience, and so. And that's obviously helped him a lot. First 50 games or whatever it's been.
Dirk, sorry.
Jerry,
go ahead, Jerry.
Okay. Will Dirk and Luka get their All-Star break when they return from Charlotte?
Well, we have a practice on Wednesday, so the break is longer.
Yeah.
So, it's a couple days longer, so that after the game there can be a couple of days. So, I don't know. Is that
I just
your
wonder,
question?
it's so frenetic for the players at the All-Star game, they don't really get a break.
Yeah, no, that's why the break.
That's why they added that to it.
Yeah, that's why now it's a week and really longer than a week.
Or 9 days.
Yeah.
With Dirk headed to his last All-Star game, do you have any specific memories of what I think is his defining All-Star game memory, that alley-oop he threw down a few years ago?
I just remember that when I coached the East team in 2004 in LA, and we were at one of the organizational meetings early in the weekend, I ended up sitting near Dirk and meeting him and talking to him for the first time, and I just remember how cordial a person he was, how soft-spoken, respectful, and that's my most vivid recollection. Now that I've been with him for 11 years, I just remember that moment. As far as the game goes, I guess there's been some talk about the alley-oop. Was it an alley-oop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a keeper, as a memory. In a lot of ways, Dirk is not the quintessential all-star type player. I mean, he's not a high flyer and not a big fancy kind of guy. He's his game has always been he is a precise getting the ball in the hole machine, and but I know that it's meant an awful lot to him to participate 13 times, and I know that this invitation is very special to him too.
What are his chances of winning the three-point contest?
Well, I give him a good chance if he's going to be there. He's one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time.
Luka said that he's starting to feel it a little bit in terms of the fatigue, and I think probably everybody's running on fumes at this time of year. But have you seen any signs of that?
Some back-to-backs. It really with back-to-backs. You can just kind of sense an entire team feels it on some level. But they, as many games as he's played over the last several years, they don't play a lot of back-to-backs, if any. So I know that was something new when he came over. But for his age and everything that you kind of factor into it, he looks surprisingly fresh to me. Really, he's done remarkably well.
Rick, a lot of fans are upset that Luka didn't make the actual All-Star game. Do you think that rookies kind of get overlooked in the actual game as far as their participation?
I don't know, who was the last rookie to make it?
Like
Griffin.
Griffin? Yeah, what year was that?
09.
Was he voted?
10.
Was he voted or he got coaching?
second year.
I don't remember.
It was his second year, but he didn't play his first year, right?
Right.
Yeah, so there's an asterisk on that one. Unless you're voted by the fans, the coach's vote is a little different. It really, a lot of that comes down to how well your team is doing. If you have a winning record and things like that, it carries more weight. So I think it's a very challenging thing. Unless you got a rookie who is leading a team that's a winning team, and that's very, very rare. I mean, I don't remember the last time that happened, that it happened like that. That said, he was extremely close. I don't know what the coach's vote was, but I'm certain that he got some votes from coaches. But you look at the West, I mean, there were a lot of guys left off that some of whom have been perennial All-Stars. And it just speaks to the depth of star power in this conference. I don't think it's any disrespect to Luka. I just think this was a hard year for everybody.
Did you vote for him?
I'm not allowed to vote for guys on our own team.
Wasn't sure.
Anything else?
What do you want your guys, other than Luka and Dirk, to do during the break? Relax, or do some workout, don't gain 10 pounds like I would, anything like that?
Enjoy it.
Just,
Yeah, enjoy it. Look, these guys are pros. I mean, and even our young guys like Luka, Brunson, I mean, you know, these guys conduct themselves like experienced professionals. They're going to do the right things. All our guys love the game, love to play. You know, I don't expect them to be playing in a lot of pickup games during the break, but, you know, I just think a lot of our guys will get in the gym a little bit. If not a basketball gym, then, you know, they'll probably do some working out. But there's nothing, you know, we don't send them with a sheet of workouts and stuff like that. You know, we trust our guys to handle it the right way. And the longer break presents a little more challenge when you come back, but you have 2 practices instead of 1, which you had in the old days. So really, it works out really well.